Lori Williams, the most and the best, most prestigious member of the Prince William County School Board. How you doing, my sister?
I'm doing well. How are you? That was a wonderful introduction. If only
It-
my kids introduced me that way.
oh, good. So let me give you guys a little bit of background. I've known Lori for umpteenth years. We went to George Mason together, and I've seen her just be an advocate for schools. She was the person that made the introduction for us to start our mentoring program. So she was the first person that we went to and said, hey, this is what we want to do. She helped me kind of craft it. She introduced me to the principals and all the great things that you see us do in the schools. She is one of the people that helped us do that. So I want to give you kudos for that. Thank you for allowing us to grow and allow us to be able to serve the community in the way that we think is meaningful.
Well, thank you for all your service to our school system. It's definitely appreciated. The kids love it. I still hear from one of your very first mentees.
Yeah.
It's a valuable resource. Our kids never go wrong when we have multiple sources of positive influence for them. So thank you.
No doubt. And I encourage you guys, like, look, man, you business owners out there, entrepreneurs, even other agents in the area, you have a wonderful opportunity to be able to connect the dots, right? And that's all we did. All we did was connect the dots. We took our clients, we took the idea, we took the school system, we took some funds. It does take some funds. And we decided to just partner long-term with the public Prince William County school system. And we've done some wonderful things. So I'm going to challenge you guys, especially entrepreneurs, to do that as well. So today, Lori, we're going to talk about a couple of things. First, we're going to talk about, we have a lot of clients that are moving into the area, and they're moving specifically in school areas, right? And I always tell them that you have more options when it comes to picking a home for a specific school. And one of the things I want to talk about today is the specialty program. So
Sure.
let me kind of explain to you guys real quick with the specialty program, and I'll let Lori dive in real quick. So not each, but several middle schools have specialty programs, and you don't have to live in the actual zone to be able to apply to go to the specialty program. So we want to highlight, is that true? Am I speaking that correct?
You're correct.
Cool. So we're going to talk about the specialty programs, where they're located, and what's special about some of them. So how many specialty programs are there in Prince William County?
So there are quite a few. We have 9 middle schools specifically that offer specialty programs. We also have them at the high schools too, because parents worry about that later on. So I just want to throw that in there. And we have 2 elementary schools that do immersion for foreign language, but they are not specific. They're not quite set up the same way as our middle and high school specialty programs.
Okay, so let's just start with the middle school. We'll do another
Sure.
segment where we talk about elementary school, and we'll do another segment where we talk about high schools, but let's just talk about the middle school. So what specialty programs are there in middle school for the middle school kids?
Awesome. So middle school, from my notes, I don't misquote anything. So in our middle schools, we have IB, which is International Baccalaureate programs. That is a rigorous academic, sort of interdisciplinary study of program. And then that will be 6th, 7th, and 8th, which is our middle schools, majority of them. We have math and science. We have a same gender program. We have 2 traditional schools, which are K through 8.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a world languages program.
Awesome.
And I can break it down further and tell you about a little bit each one and what schools they're at.
Yeah, why don't you give me some higher level, just real quick higher level
Sure.
ones and what schools?
Sure. So our International Baccalaureate program officially connects subjects of language arts, humanities, math, science, world language, tech, arts, and physical education through 6 global contexts. Those programs are offered at Bevel, Fred Lynn, Hampton, Unity Braxton. The math and science program is intensive math and science, right?
Okay.
And those programs are offered at Grant Park, Marsteller, and Ripon. Same gender program, which is gender specific classes, that's offered at Woodbridge Middle School only. Mm-hmm. Our traditional schools, we have one on each end of the county, Mary Porter on the east and Pennington on the west. Again, that's a K through 8 school.
Mhm.
Then we have our world languages programs. Those specialize in French, German, and Spanish. Those are offered at Fred Lynn, Lake Ridge, and Parkside Middle.
Wow. Yo, so guys,
Yes.
you got a lot of options when it comes to middle school. So I always talk to our homeowners like, look, you really like, it's deeper than you finding where you want to live. Like, if you want your child to go to one of these programs, it doesn't matter where you live in the county, right? There are
That's
options for
right.
you to be able to get into those programs. We happen to have applied. I don't know if you even know, Lori, one of our daughters is going to the same gender program.
I did not know that. That makes her one of mine because
Yeah,
Woodbridge is in my district. I don't
yeah,
know if you know, my oldest son did math and science at Ripon Middle School.
yeah,
And at the time, we did not live in the Woodbridge district. So he was a transfer by bus student
yeah.
because we offer transfer by bus for the majority of our programs.
There you
In
go.
case anyone's worried about getting their kids back and forth, that's an option. And then we eventually moved close to the middle school. But he did that. And then he was also a specially programmed high school student. So he ended up transferring by bus. Anyway, went from bus to walker to back to bus.
That's awesome.
And it's been a great experience. I know a lot of parents have been very happy. Everyone's usually concerned the first couple of days, right? New programs, new stuff.
Yep.
But there's a lot of support in the community. Each school has Facebook pages, and they have a lot of parents that go in there and can discuss what their child's experience was, whether they liked it, didn't like it, all of the above. But I have seen great success in all of our programs, happy parents, and even better, happy kids.
That's awesome. So I always talk to clients about what makes Prince William County schools special, right? And I'm going to say a couple things, and I want you to think about a couple things that make Prince William County schools special.
Sure.
I love the diversity, not just like skin diversity, but like socioeconomic diversity, right?
Yeah.
I think there are different levels of diversity. Like, Fairfax is diverse, and I love the diversity in Fairfax. I went to George Mason. I lived in Kingstown. Prince William is different, right? So Prince William is one of those counties where you'll see diversity intermix, right?
Yes,
And
across
then
the board.
yes, and then you'll also see different types of economic classes going to the same schools and sharing in the same
Yes.
activities, which I think is very, very rare. Those are a couple things I really like. And then I also like just the level of teachers and the level of just opportunities to get different schools in Prince William County. You've got, charter schools, and you've got schools that do math and science and tech. And we've got some parents that send their kids to, I think, theater immersion
Yep.
or performing arts.
We have a music. Yep, we have a performing arts program at Colgan High School.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So tell me,
yes. So
I'm
I
sorry,
was gonna say
that was a little awkward pause.
I love.
So tell me why you
That's
love
okay.
Prince William.
I'll get excited, right? Because I get excited about Prince William County schools. So I am a former Prince William County student myself, and I've seen the growth in the county, which is what makes me smile and gets me all excited. I think, when you're looking at buying a house and relocating, you always want to get the biggest bang for your buck. And I personally believe Prince William County Schools does that, right? We have, as you were saying, the most diversity. We have our specialty programs, which can start in elementary, depending on where you are, goes all the way through your high school experience. And you're not locked in. If your student gets into a specialty program, they don't like it, they can transfer back to their base school. We have a governor school, which we share with Manassas Park and Manassas City. It is up there with Thomas Jefferson. But the key difference that I love is that our students still go to their base school. So they spend a few days a week at Mason for about a half a day, but they can still share in all the fun activities with their base school students and peers, which is the biggest draw. It's actually one of the most diverse governor school in the entire state.
Wow.
I love that every single one of our schools has a robotics program. One of our high schools, as of, I believe, yesterday, just won one of the World Robotics Championships. There's different categories and levels,
Okay.
but it starts in elementary, goes all the way through high school. We have a fantastic superintendent whose goal is for every student to graduate college and career ready so that they have the choice when they graduate from our schools of what direction they want to go. They will be equally prepared. And we have a new goal of upping our partnerships with businesses in the community to support our students and our CTE students. This year, we are bringing back our CTE signing day for our kids so they can be celebrated just as much as our athletes. And of course, we have wonderful athletic programs. So it's a fantastic school system. I have one who graduated. I have one in elementary school now, who's in a Title I school, which I love Title I schools. They have so many resources and support for our kids. One of the things I will say to anyone potentially looking to move here or live here is that please take the time, go into a school. One of the things that Prince William makes us so unique is you can go on School Digger or School Niche and look at those ratings, which is great. I advise people to do, but I also advise you to go into the school and meet the staff. The principal is the heart of the building, and those sites are done by survey. So it may not be 100% true day-to-day life of what's actually going on in that building. And the best way to find out is to go in there, take a look for yourself, give yourself an opportunity to do that. And it's very easy. You can just call your local school, set up an appointment, and you're welcome to go in and tour the building and see what life is actually like in that building. And I think that's where you'll find what makes Prince William so special.
You were reading my mind. I literally wrote down, how do you recommend, I lie to you not, how do you recommend parents research schools? Because I always think that like, it's good for those online portals to be a start, but they should never be the end, right?
I agree. And people, you know, depending on what your generation is and where you come from and your life experience, we all have our own definitions of what a type of school is supposed to be. When I enrolled my son in a Title I school, I had family members who were like, how could you send him to a Title I school? Oh my goodness. You know, that's the school where a lot of people are, you know, they don't have economic resources. What are you doing? And I said, come with me. And they said, walk through the school, toured, meet the principal. And they're like, oh my God, how can I volunteer? What can I do? This place is amazing. This place is wonderful. And I said, I know, that's why I picked my kid to go to the school. I mean, thank God it's our neighborhood school, but I wouldn't have it any other way. And I think that that's the best way, really, to get to know your local school and talk to the people in the neighborhood and see what they think as well. And just keep in mind, everyone's going to bring a different perspective. So it's good to get a 360 view. And if you have the opportunity, I don't recommend going up and talking to strange kids, but if you have the opportunity to meet some neighbors, you know, ask them if their kids want to share their experience, because the kids are there all day and they can really tell you how they perceive their school environment to be. So
that is so good. It's such good information. I mean, I think people make decisions in a vacuum, right? And they make them in the vacuum of a online portal. And here's the key. I always talk to my clients. When's the last time you did a review on your school that you came from? 99% of the time, it's none. Right?
No, I haven't.
And it's only the extremes. It's only the people that are extremely happy or the people that are extremely upset. And when you see a school that may have 500 kids in it, but you only see 14 reviews and the school's been open for 10 years, that's not an accurate representation of what's going on in school. Like, and it's funny, we deal with a bunch of really smart clients, but sometimes you got to advise them, like, you got to widen your lens. Right. Especially when it comes to your kids.
Absolutely. And you know, one of the things that as we do in society in general is if we don't have something that we're super excited about or we're super upset about, we don't say very much. So, you know, just like you were saying, and you can miss a fantastic environment for your child if you don't go check it out for yourself. It's one of those things. I love Prince William County Schools. I love our diversity. I love all the programming we offering for students, all the opportunities they have. And it doesn't matter if your student is a straight A student, a borderline student, they like science, they like art, they like music. they want to participate in student senate, which is growing, or be a student school board member. There literally is something for every kind of student. And I think that's one of the things that I'm so excited about being able to serve for our school system.
Awesome. Lori, I appreciate your time. Thank you very, very much for the service.
Anytime.
And we will see you at the next school function.
Absolutely. You have a great one. And thank you for your time.
I appreciate you.
Bye-bye.